Welcome back to Mind Pump TV, guys. I'm your host, Danny Matrenga. Today, we are going to go through some of my favorite core and abdominal movements that you can do from the comfort of your own home. Now, they're plenty applicable in a gym, but these ones are easy to do. All you need is a flat place on the floor, and you'll be good to go. Let's do it. All right, so the first movement is an RKC Plank, okay? The RKC Plank, in my opinion, is the best way to plank. I really love the activation you get out of the rectus abdominis. It fatigues you much more quickly, so you don't end up planking to a point where your hip flexors just take over the movement from fatigue and you're just basically stretching them out, and that's the only sensation you get. We don't want that. We really want to train the core. So before we dive into the RKC Plank, you guys need to understand how to tilt the pelvis into a posteriorly driven position. A lot of people call this posterior pelvic tilt. This is a great way to lock in our glutes and ensure we're getting the most possible out of our abs while maintaining a relatively flat neutral spine in the lumbar region. If you're anteriorly tilted through the pelvis, you'll notice you get this big, really hyper-pronounced lordosis or arch. And if we posteriorly tilt, it's much more flat, which will do you a big favors in the RKC Plank. So you're just gonna remember to tilt the pelvic bone forward, locking in the glutes from this bottom position. So I like to start fists out in front of shoulders and my feet right behind my elbows with soft knees. And from here, right, typical plank position, people start to sag. We're actually gonna sneak up a little bit and posteriorly tilt the pelvis. It might look like I have an arch in the back, but really what I'm doing is I'm creating a ton of tension. Now from here, I'm actually gonna pretend as though I'm driving my knees and elbows together without actually moving at all. So I'm gonna create even more tension through the abs, and you'll feel a ton of tension all the way from like the serratus anterior up below the chest, down through the obliques, big time through the rectus abdominis. You'll feel your whole core really light up. And a lot of people like to brag about how long they can plank, but this is an exercise that not a lot of people can do for very long at all. So it makes for an efficient way to train your core that I think is superior to the regular plank, and it complements the other two exercises I'm gonna show you guys next quite well. If you guys found that RKC Plank helpful and you found value there, be sure to do me a big favor and like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps give me some additional feedback on what you guys are into and you like, and I always try to look through the comments too for additional directions to take the videos. And if you're looking for some more value, be sure to check out the website mindpumpmedia.com. It's linked in the description below, but it's loaded with free, amazing content ranging from blogs to guides to even the podcast. So definitely check that out. Let's get into movement number 2, side planks with a twist. So the second move here, we're gonna go into the traditional side plank. Now, depending on how well trained you are, you might have to make some adjustments. So the easiest way to do it is with the foot out in front of the body, that would be the top foot, of course, into this position here, right? Very simple. Most of you will be advanced enough to go into your traditional side plank. But from there, I actually love to incorporate a little bit of what we call hip abduction, or opening and moving the top leg away. This is gonna allow me to work the glutes. You're actually gonna feel the lateral aspects of your hip as you hold that abducted position. You're getting a lot of the same stability benefits you get out of the RKC Plank, but instead you're getting a lot of the lateral aspects of the core, those obliques. You're getting some shoulder stability from that side position, and you're bringing the glutes into play, which is always nice, and it's really great to integrate all of those together. This one is a nice segue into the third exercise, which is the hollow rock. I love this movement. It's really nice for getting some sensation in the rectus abdominis as well as training some stability. Setup is very simple. I want you to start in the seated position with one leg bent, hand over hand across the knee. Your chest should be up, but you should have a small bit of an arch here. What you're gonna do from there is simply rock back and forth, making contact with the heel of the bent knee. You'll feel the tension through that rectus abdominis. After you've got a few of those down, hands go up, and we're rocking like this. Once you get very advanced, it can actually be almost like a full-on, you kind of look like a boat or a banana, if you will. And so you're like a big rocking banana, but for most people, I recommend the single leg hollow rock. And if you need to regress it from there, you can do a hollow hold, right? But again, RKC plank into side plank into hollow rock. If you're very advanced, I would recommend doing each of those exercises for 1 minute. So a 1 minute plank followed by 30 seconds on each side of the side plank and a 1 minute hollow rock. If you're intermediate, try 30 to 45 seconds in that same pattern. And if you're brand new, anywhere from 10 to 20 seconds. And I would recommend 2 to 3 rounds. Again, this is something designed to be done after your workout or at home as a quick core workout to build some strength and stability that will hopefully carry into your other fitness endeavors. Thanks again so much for tuning in to Mind Pump TV, and good luck with this workout.